We got a tough game in a short period of time to get ready for them. I think Air Force is as good an offensive football team as there is in the country. They're averaging, I don't know what they're averaging, 560 yards a game total offense. They rushed for 360 yards and threw for 200 and something yards against Notre Dame and scored 33 points. Now the problem was they gave up 59. But on offense, they're as good a football team as we played against. They run what I think is the best offense in the country, and it's hard to get ready for them at all, and it's really hard to get ready for them in a couple days.
How did practice go this morning?
It was fine. It was good. Once they woke up, they were pretty energetic.
How much of a hindrance do you think it's going to be only having 2 days, 3 days of practice?
Well, I think it is. I think it's hard on us, but I think it's hard on them too. I mean, they got the same thing. They played Notre Dame. They played them in the afternoon. They probably didn't get home until about the time that we got done playing. So we probably have the exact same amount of time to get ready for each other. The advantage they have is they're playing at home. That's the one advantage they have. Otherwise, there's no advantage either way.
Does it look like their quarterback has become a little bit better passer in time? And you've seen him throw for a while now. Is he a little bit better now?
I think he's been pretty good all along. For an option quarterback, he throws the ball really well. The difference he is most compared to most Air Force quarterbacks is he's big too. Most of them are kind of small, quick, fast guys. Now he's fast, but he's also big, so he can see over a pass rush and all that.
And watching him, have you noticed a pretty good relationship between his wide receiver, that Jonathan Morzika, who's leading them in catches?
Yeah, where Zika plays, I mean, he's a wing back, and sometimes he catches the pitch on option, but he's the slot guy. It's like, what's the guy for the Patriots? Welker. Yeah, he's just like him. I mean, he's a quick little guy that gets open once he catches the ball. He's hard to tackle.
You have an update on Leon?
Don't. Leon did the walkthrough part of practice today, though.
Is it optimistic? Or?
Yeah, I'm very optimistic.
Rocky, hardest part of this week is getting the team cycle back on track, or that's not a problem? What do you see going into this week?
I don't see any problem with them being. I don't see any problem with our team being ready to play, if that's what you're asking. I think that we knew all along that this is the halfway point. This is going to be the halfway point in our season. We knew all along that this first half of the season was going to be a lot tougher than the first half of the season was last year because of the people we played. We've just got done playing two great football teams and didn't play as well as we had hoped we'd play. And now we're getting ready to play a team that's going to play hard and is really good on offense, and they're a tough offense to defend. So we knew that this first half of the season was much tougher than last year's first half of the season, and if we can come out of it 4-2, we'll feel pretty good about it and feel pretty confident about the second half of the season. If we don't, we'll be 3-3 with half the season to go, and we'll try to. Now we get 16 days off, so it'll be like a new season. We can start all over again if we have to.
Coach, you certainly learned about a team of players through adversity, through a couple losses there. What is your bunch showing you? Are they responding like you had hoped? Are they the persona, the attitude?
Yeah, I'm glad someone asked that, because I was asked on the radio about our mental toughness or something. I guess he hadn't seen the games like I saw the games. I mean, I think our guys have not played to our expectations the last two games. I don't think we played as well as we can play the last two games. But anybody's question about their character, I mean, just watch the games. I mean, in both those games, our team could have been blown out. I mean, by at halftime, it could have been bad, and it could have, if a team didn't have character, the second half, it could have been really embarrassing. And in both games, not only did we come out of halftime playing better, we actually made it where it looked like we might even win the game. after playing really poorly in the first half. And to me, you know, I've only been coaching for 30-some years. To me, that means the team's got a whole bunch of character and a whole bunch of toughness. So I don't see any problem with the rest of the way. I'm not predicting we're going to win, but the character of our team, we're going to play hard, and the games are going to be close no matter who we play.
Any particular area, Coach, that you felt that you need to work on in the next 2 days or 1.5 days or whatever you have before you got to do this thing? Anything in particular that you told the team we've got to tighten up?
Nothing particular. I mean, we talk about the same things week in and week out. The last 2 games we haven't thrown and caught the ball very well for a variety of reasons. I think our quarterback hasn't played up to his expectations or our expectations. I don't think our receivers have matured enough over the first 4 or 5 games. They're not where I thought they would be halfway through the season. And then add that into we haven't protected the quarterback real well the last two games. You add all those 3 things together, and all of a sudden your passing game's not very good. So I mean, I don't think we emphasize it anymore this week, but obviously it's a concern of ours, and we work hard on it in practice.
Rocky, stating how good you think the Air Force offense is, as the defensive coordinator, do you sort of enjoy going against an offense like that and shutting them down?
Well, if we were able to shut them down, it'd be fun. Yeah. No, it's not any fun getting ready to play a team that's really good on offense. I think if I was a player, it's fun to compete against those teams. I think it's fun to put yourself out there and see if you're good enough to slow them down or keep them under control. But for a coach, it's just misery. Trying to figure out the best way to put your players in the right position that they have a chance to stop somebody. There's never been a coach win a football game, no matter what they say. There's some coaches that think they do. There's never been a coach win a football game ever.
How much did the schedule early on in the season help prepare, especially in a short week for Air Force and the way that they run the option? Do you feel like that can kind of come back quickly to these players?
That's our hope. Our hope is that we've already played two triple option teams so that the recognition of the plays and everything comes back quicker with a short week of practice, and practices aren't as long or as physical either. That is the hope, that we've already seen the offense so that we'll react to it better than we would if it was the first time we'd seen it this year.
Rocky, you mentioned halfway through being on campus. Would you give a grade? What do you think the grade is in the first half of the season?
I can't give us a grade. I'll give us a grade after the season's over, and we'll see what our record is. I mean, our goals going into it our goal was to be 5-0 right now.
Right.
I don't know if you were a guy setting the odds in Vegas. I would bet that 3-2 is above those odds that you would have set in Vegas.
How about Air Force coming off their marquee game, really, that they had circled, much like you guys in Michigan? Short week. Do you think that'll be a bigger challenge for them to get their head turned around? Now those can linger a little bit.
See, I don't see Notre Dame like everybody else in the world must see Notre Dame. I think their marquee game they won. Their 2 marquee games are Navy and Army, and they played Navy 2 weeks ago and won in overtime. Right. That would make you feel pretty darn good. I think everybody else think their marquee game is Notre Dame because Notre Dame has this national image. I think they went to Notre Dame to play as hard as they could, and I thought they played really good on offense except for turnovers. I mean, they had over 300 yards total offense in the first half. They had over 230 yards rushing in the first half against, quote, quote, Notre Dame. I think they won their marquee game, and they have one more marquee game, and that's Army. The number 1 goal of any academy team is to win the Commander-in-Chief trophy. Now, they'd like to win all their other games too, but if they win the Commander-in-Chief trophy, they don't have to win another game, and they feel successful, and they get to go visit the president. So I think if they'd have lost the Navy last week, that would have really helped us, but they didn't lose the Navy. They won the Navy game.
You beat Notre Dame, though, to get the distance votes.
I don't know, do you? Do you really? I haven't heard that one before. If you get to, that's a heck of a deal.
Rocky, you mentioned your struggles in the past game. What are you seeing that's telling you that it can flip, that it can turn around?
I think a couple of the very best players on our team haven't played to their expectation level or our expectation level the last 2 weeks. Okay, and really, really good players have slumps at times. But guess what? Really, really good players come out of their slumps. And both those guys are going to come out of their slump. I just hope it's on Thursday night. I hope it's not until after our 16-day bye. I hope they come back Thursday night.
Any other questions for Coach?
Coach, you said a coach never wins a game. Did one ever lose one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Coaches lose games all the time.
Preparation and analytical.
No, I think coaches lose games. Sometimes you make the wrong choice on going for 4th down or when you kick, when you punt. Sometimes you make that wrong choice. And I think sometimes schematically you don't give your football team a decent chance to win the game. Now that you brought that up, when you play a triple option team, if your numbers are not exactly right, if you don't have the same number of guys on the side of the field as they do, and when they go in quick motion with their pitchbacks and all that stuff, if you can't get that extra guy over there, you are not giving your football team a decent chance to win the game. And when you don't give your team a decent chance to win the game, a coach has lost that game. Because your players can play well and they can play as hard as they can play, and they're still going to lose because I won't say it, you're a dummy. Yeah, coaches have lost many games.